Okay, so as you can see, this is the Perfecto mobile environment, right? Within this environment, and just to do some device testing, we just go through the automation here. I click automation, and I can see I have some space here, which is edit view or render view. View of what? Of my test script. Inside this environment, you can create your test scripts or test runs just to execute some automation of device testing. Right? So, you can do from here, file, open. I have already made some scripts on there, but we have worked as well as product from Microsoft. We have created mini scripts that we have executed against mini devices. Script once, run everywhere. That's the idea. Right? Okay. From that perspective, that is something that you can do from here. Then, before you execute an environment, we have here devices. Okay? So, let me read that one. Devices. When I do select device, I get the devices available at the moment on that space. For us, we have just requested 3. 1, iPhone 1, which is iPhone 5. Nokia 1, which is Lumia 928. And we have the Samsung 1, which is Samsung Galaxy S3. 404, I guess. 4.4, yes. Okay? There are 3 different devices based on 3 different platforms that will execute the same test run or the same test script. The same test script that can be executed on 3 different platforms.
If I write down the script in C#,
just get it. Hold, it's okay. Hold on. Why? Okay? Now I'm not talking about C# or Java or Eclipse or. I'm now talking in terms of environment as is inside Perfecto Mobile. That's all. Later on, we will get into C# and we can execute runs from C# into that, based on some device of selection at the moment. Okay? Okay. So, that is the idea. When I do, I'm interested in that device, which is Apple, I guess, iPhone. I am not Apple fan, by the way. Why not?
you're not allowed.
I'm not allowed. Okay? The problem I have with Apple is I would like to do development for iOS, but why should I must have a Mac to build my application? That's my only pain point with that. I don't have Mac. I hate Macs anymore at all. I have an iPad. I just shoot it. I do nothing with Apple stuff. For me, it's useless, right? But when I do some iOS development which I like, I must have an iOS device or Mac to build against. Yeah, sorry. I will absolutely not spend my money for that. Okay? But you see, I have just selected this device, which is iPhone 5. And you see, for those of you that have an iPhone, it's exactly the same as here. Okay? So, that is the idea of this environment. You can create your own. You can create your own script from here. Come on. You can create your own script from here, and that are all objects. That are all objects that you can use for your script. It is more configured than programmed here. Right? So, that is the idea I have about this. But for now, we will just what is it do? Okay, it is loading. Okay, maybe there is some update on that environment. It is now fetching the information to get the updates inside. That's why it is busy there. Okay? Okay. For now, that is the idea that I will give you about this Perfecto mobile environment. The possibilities are: you can create your test script automations here, and you can run them especially from here. And once you're in, you can record them here, and everything can be done. When the execution is done, you can get some reports of your execution, if these are going right or not, or failed. You can get some reports of that as well, inside this environment. Okay? That's the idea. Go back here. Okay? So, but we talk about Perfecto Mobile, but what is Perfecto Mobile? Perfecto Mobile is a partner of Microsoft, right? For this project, we had two potential partners. ITRX Mobility, and we have Perfecto Mobile. That are two partners that we have in the first time selected for this project. Okay? Then we have some requirements from the business, from the project, from someone from Microsoft. At that time frame, that was who was the guy? Steve Ballmer. You know Steve Ballmer? Steve Ballmer from Microsoft. He's now left, but he was the CEO of Microsoft. We have to justify the availability of the project with Steve Ballmer, right? And he has some requirements for that project. And we have taken the requirements against the two partners. We have discussed with them, and Perfecto Mobile is the right choice for us to validate our requirements. That's why we are choosing for Perfecto Mobile instead of HRX Mobility. Right? So, Perfecto Mobile is a company that is founded in 2006. 80 plus employees in 2 locations, office in Boston, London and Israel, sorry, three locations now. Israel, London and Boston. Because the project manager that we have as, from Perfecto Mobile, that was Svetlana, and Svetlana is from Israel. That was our contact person inside the project. Okay? They have over 600 customers for that kind of stuff, for mobile testing, and Fortune 500 enterprises. Telcos and instruments. SaaS platform plus licenses. That is what they do. They're just selling SaaS platform plus licenses. Right? That is and of customers of them, and you see Microsoft is becoming one of them because of this collaboration. Right? And you see what they do. Mobile application quality across the mobile application lifecycle. They do monitoring. Application inside what we show, they do monitoring. They do testing as well. Automation and integration based on our solution, and offshoring and continuous integration. That are all things that Microsoft also is interested on. Because Microsoft do also monitoring, they have ILM, they do testing, they do automation, they do continuous and they do offshoring. Then is that the right partner to go with, right? From that perspective, they have the public cloud and the private cloud, because some customers have some secure data and blah blah blah, right? Okay, that's about Perfecto Mobile. Done. Testing mobile applications. With this project, we have some business challenges. The business challenges we had with the project before we start was this. Mobile applications require complex device-specific testing. That was the case. It is all complex. If you want to do that, you have to do a lot of by yourself before you get it working. Right? That was the idea. Then, maintaining the device library is cost prohibitive. Costs a lot of money if you want to do that. Okay? And device emulators are expensive and inaccurate. Of course. tank fertilization, tank emulators, tank use the CPU, use the performance and that kind of stuff. It is cost limited. Okay? That was one of the business challenges. Then, we provide a solution, or the solution that we try to get from that is integrate, when we integrate them with Visual Studio and Team Foundation Server, bringing two end-to-end ALM to mobile development teams. Wow. We go back to Steve Ballmer with that argument. Steve, Perfecto Mobile is a good partner for us because, why? Because Perfecto Mobile, we can integrate Visual Studio and we can integrate Team Foundation Server with their product. What? Really? Yes, really. Oh, okay, okay. What do they have more? These mobile applications on the real devices. Really? Can I get that on my device? Wow. That becomes interesting, right? Then, access the updated device library from anywhere in the world. That's very, very interesting. One device, internet access, and then I can access it everywhere in the world. I'm in Morocco, I can access what I want at the other side of the world, right? Great, great, that sounds good. Let me take a look at it, let me just sleep one night over that, and tomorrow I will come back with my decision, right? Done. In the meantime, we are just thinking about the business value. If we go for this project, and that is something that Steve has spoken about as well about it, what will be the business value for me? To go with that solution, to go with Perfecto Mobile, and to spend time and money for the project with the bench of Microsofties, with 3 MVPs, and so on for Perfecto Mobile. And this project was done based on Scrum. It was a real project. We had stand-ups, we have project planning, we have the dashboard, we have everything. Working together with them. They are in the US, I was in the Netherlands, Svetlana is in Israel, and we can just work together. No problem at all. That is the passion and that is the power of Visual Studio Online, because we use Visual Studio Online for that. Right? Okay. So the business value that we gain from this solution is then tight integration with Visual Studio. That's something that we want. Check. Deploy and test your app on a real hardware from anywhere in the world. Wow. Great. That's what they want. If I told my customers that, they will say a big yes. Okay? Then, run automated, manual, and exploratory tests directly for Microsoft Visual Studio Manager and Visual Studio. That kind of test, that is something that I can do with that solution as well. For manual tests, for automated tests, with test automation, when I have test cases and test plans and that kind of stuff, and also if I don't have any of that kind of stuff, just exploratory. Yes? Then, monitor apps in production. You can monitor in production what happens with the application. That's very interesting, isn't it? Check. Okay. That was the business value. And if we are talking about what kind of devices at the time frame, this slide must be updated because Windows Phone must be in between as well. That are some devices that I have selected for that moment. Okay? You see iPhone 4 for the time frame, you see Samsung Galaxy, you see HTC FA4G, right? And Windows Phone is also part of that project. But now we have a bunch of devices on it. So, from that perspective, that are available devices in that environment. That is something that you just saw in the demo. And keywords-based automation scripts created within Perfecto Mobile EDA. The script is created using Perfecto script once, because you make a script one time here, and technology which allows same script execution on different mobile devices. That is the key of this environment. Just you make a script once, and the script looks like this, and there are steps that you can configure and go. Run it and go ahead. That's all inside this environment. If you are not familiar with Visual Studio, if you are not familiar with C#, if you are not familiar with coding at all, there's something you can do from this. But, as I'm a dev, as I'm a softie, I will do the stuff from my Visual Studio. I won't code. I won't write C# code. Is that possible as well to do with that? Yes, it is. Right? So, from that perspective, I will come back in a few seconds to the demo. But before that, I can do that from Visual Studio. But before I can do that, I have to download and install some stuff from Perfecto Mobile. Right? Because Perfecto Mobile provides us a plugin that we can download and install on the machine where Visual Studio is written. And once installed, you get this one, which is Mobile Cloud Project. When you go to File, New Project, when you go to Test, you see only the first three if you don't install Perfecto Mobile thing. But if you did, this one will show up as well in your Visual Studio environment. Right? So, the first thing to do is install the mobile device with Visual Studio project template. Create a new test project by choosing Mobile Cloud template. That is the step that we have done here. Right? So, once done, a test script is generated for you in C#, where you have to fill some information, right? About your script, about your user account, and about which URL you will accept, maxon.perfectomobile.com or perfectomobile.com or demo.perfectomobile.com, okay? And using some device IDs, because every device has its own ID or IMEI code, right? So, and once done, then you can execute your source code or your test script. Once executed and it is good, then you can get some report. That is a report of the execution of search ATM. One of the scripts is just searching for ATM, issue automatic. Okay? That's one of the scripts. Some steps are making on there. We execute that. Once it is done, okay, it is successful, it succeeded, it is started done, it is ended done, it took 1 minute and 11 seconds, and it is executed by Hassan, blah blah blah. From Hassan PC or whatever. Okay? And that are the steps, and somewhere here that are all the steps with screenshots of every step. Okay? That is how that looks like. So, for now, I will stop this and I will go back to the Visual Studio environment. Okay, I will not. What do I have? I don't know if Azure is coming back, but for now I will stop this application, otherwise I will get some performance problems with the machine. Just close. And later on, maybe tomorrow, I will come back to this one. Okay. I am now on the Visual Studio environment. Okay? And I'm still on the community demo projects where I was. Right? Now, to make use of this technology, go to Visual Studio, File, just see what I'm doing. New project. Right? And done. Choose test, which is this one. And you see, of course, I have that template installed on my machine because I have downloaded and installed the plugin from Perfecto Mobile. And that is something that you can download from their website as well. The URLs have the URLs in their sources. Okay? So, once I do that, and that is something I can do, just to give you an idea. Project. So let me name that Vinci Mobile Cloud Project. I will store it somewhere in the location, and go. Once that is created, and you can see here on my Solution Explorer that the project solution is created with the project name that have only some references and one C# class. Yeah? It is a C# class that I have. I can change the name if I want, but it is generated, just highlighted as is. Okay? Mobile cloud test 1.cs, and you see some references. Reference to the Visual Studio quality tools, because we are talking about unit testing, about testing stuff, and some Perfecto mobile cloud HTTP client, because it is communication channel, and Perfecto mobile service adapter, because we are now working on the adapter level to execute the scripts against some device, right? So then we have some description here. Here is, you have to use the following list of members must be customized. Okay, mobile cloud service. Mobile cloud server, sorry, that is the URL that you must access. For me, it is Microsoft.perfectomobile.com, right? But when you generate the project from here, so for instance here, for here it is www.perfectomobile.com, right? Then you need some username, because you have to subscribe on that environment before you get access, right? You have some username, you need some username, and you need some password, of course, that match good credentials. Once done, you have some script. That is a script that you create on that environment. You can store that script on some location, right? Because if I go here, file, open, just to show you the location of the scripts, that are the locations, public scripts or my own scripts. For public scripts, we have made this path, Microsoft, NGC, and Bash scripts. And I will test against one of these scripts, yeah, which is Belgrade Montage calculator, or calculation. Okay? So that is the location, what I mean by this one, by script key. Okay? Then we have some DUT, which is device ID. You have to specify against which ID you will execute your test. Right? So, from then, that is the description of the test that you can fill in here. This is exactly the same. Once it is done, then we can execute the test. We have the adapter, because we have some reference to the adapter of the TFS adapter here. That's something that I can use. In that adapter, we have some execute method that you can run with some parameters. And the parameters, that is something that is filled here. Script. Sorry. That is something that we fill here, is script. And the test context, because you execute your test inside some context, that is something that is here within this instance. Okay? And you get some value at the end. And the output what I get, I want to publish that as HTML report. That is something that you do here. That's all. Okay? So, now I have mobile cloud project. I don't know. Is that one? Is that right? I don't know. I will choose that one, because I have already made some customization for the accounts and for the URL and that kind of stuff. I hope this is the right one, otherwise we can do that from scratch. It's not a problem at all. But if I have already a working name, then I will go for that. In the meantime, and in terms of, it should be Microsoft.perfectomobile.com. There should be my username, which is Hassan FADILI11@hotmail.com. Okay? And there is some password. And the password, unfortunately, if I did that, it will not be impossible. It will not be encrypted. But I trust you. Let me check if this project is already. Oh, that is the same. That is the same. It's maybe. No problem. This one. Like this. Yes. You see my password?
Yes.
Shit. You see that? I trust you guys. I want to change it afterwards, right? Okay. No problem. So, what you see here is the environment is exactly the same. And you see the information. This is the URL. This is the URL. Microsoft.perfectomobile.com. It's my username, it's my password. Demo123. Just see. And you see the adapter, because I have the class, this class, which is adapter, I instantiate a new adapter with username, with the cloud server, which is the URL, with the username and with the password. That's what I'm doing here. Not more, not less. Okay?
Structure.
Sorry?
It's not any more structure.
Exactly. Construct. Initiation. I'm initiating. This initiation is always in construction level. Check. Okay. Then we have some test method. Inside the test method, we have some execution stuff, which will do the execution of my script. But before I do that, I have to fill some information. First is description key, script key, which is public Microsoft migrate blah blah blah. That is that thing that you are seeing here. Public script Microsoft and then that one. It's just an XML file. Because when you are making some script from here, it's just generated as XML. Right? So, from then, where I am? Am I here? Yes. Then we have some Dude, which is a device ID. In this case for iOS, iPhone 5. It's also this one. Go away. And when I select device, this one is opened. I will open it again if it is allowed. Yeah, okay. Oh. Ah, cool. Because I have reserved this device until 19 p.m. of 7 p.m. This device is for me. No one else can access the device now because I have reserved that. In that environment, that is something that you can do in this environment as well. Okay. So, but what the idea what I want to give you is just in case I have another device which isn't yet opened, and I will stop that one. You see with this phone, with this Lumia, this, you know what? Go away. Close and go away. Do the cleanup, please. Notify, come on. Cleaning up, yes, because earnings. Thank you. Cleaning up, all the shit is going on, and start from scratch. Because I want to execute the new script. Right? Just to be sure that everything is cleaned up, cache. Okay? So, now when I do select device, you see all the devices are still in here, and that is the device ID for this one. That is the device ID for that one, and this is the device ID for that one. Right? That device ID, that is something that you can specify here. In this case for iOS or iPhone 5. Right? Then we do some runtime parameters add, just to add the parameter, to add the device ID, and we do the execution of script. That is something I do here. Because we are using the adapter, method execute, wait to parameters again. And the output of mobile cloud adapter will report in an HTML format. So easy as that. Easy as that. Okay? That's all. Now, when I build my application, this script is generated for me. Right? Succeeded, it's okay. Now I have a test, which I can execute. But before I do that, I will execute that script first here, just to give you an idea, and to see what the results are. And we do the same from Visual Studio. Right? So, okay, from here, just go in here and do an open. Then Microsoft, this one. Once I do open, the script is loaded here. You see that are all steps. See that are steps. that they can execute inside my script. And open device, go to home page, browser to URL. If I double click that one, that are some parameters that are running. A device ID and URL in a browser. That are things that I have to specify in my test script. It's more configuration than programming in this case. Okay? Then I see I have to specify some dude, which is a device ID, which is a must, which is required. Then I have to specify some URL, which I will test against, and I have to specify some browser. In this case, on the device cell, or from the mobile browser. That's all. Then, on error, maybe if something occurs in that, I can go further or I can stop. I can just let it fall, continue or abort. But in this case, just continue. If something goes wrong, just continue. Okay? And comment. You can just give some comment for that script if you want. Okay? So, but for now, that's just only one step. But okay, just to give you an idea, that are all the validation stuff for some calculations, what I did here, and some values that must be filled, and which we fill about, or we test against. Okay? So now it's okay. My script is okay. Then I will select one device. You see now all the devices are available for me. So let me go for that one. Which is iOS. Oh, okay, be my test. And I will show it here so that you see during the run of the test to see what actions are taking place at the moment. Come on, wait, I'm still waiting, thank you. Okay, my device is here. I can make this one a little bit smaller. So, here we go. Here we go. Okay. So, from now, I can just tell run the script. When I run the script, the first thing that I've been asked about is specify which device, on which device you have to execute this script. So, okay, choosing the, come on, this one, Apple. Yes, select, that's okay. And from then, I will run my script. And you see, the execution is started. Open device is opened. It is now with the second, it's now on the home page. And if it is okay, then he will go, you see, he's on the home page, he's now looking for the URL. He's now filling the URL somewhere. There's the next one. Until he got all the information he needs. If the URL is done, he is now doing some synchronization, and he is now on the URL of that site. He is now executing my script as felt in the steps here. Right? So, the calculation set good place. There is some calculation on there, some values must be filled, and some calculation must be done with some percentages and that kind of stuff. That are all steps of this run. Come on. Okay, the next one is edit select, which enters the rate for some percentage, which is running now. Yes, done. That is the second edit box is done. Now we are busy with the third one. The montage terms for XA for the year. Come on. Yes, failed. And we got all the information we need from the percentages there. And it is now pausing the unclean up, where this stuff is done. He will go back to the home page and pause the device. And come back with the status of the test run. Okay, it's done. Ask me if I want to Save the report, yes. And you see my script is executed successfully. You see the status, you see which one I have executed, when, okay, and who is executing that one, because I'm now in that environment, and I can see the execution sequences. It is one script, and you can see it is now loading all the screenshots and all the steps. Everything you did is just recorded. Right? And not only that, it's not the only thing you can see from here. It's still loading the stuff. Once this is ready, you get all the information. Go a bit here. Okay? And you see all the information you did. But the other interesting thing is we have also a video of all the steps. The video is just here, you watch, and you can just from specific step, and you can just play the video. Right? Cool. Okay, I will stop the video now. And you go back to this. That is the execution of my test from this environment. We can now do exactly the same, but from within Visual Studio with the test class, what I have generated. Okay? So, let me try to see if that should work. Okay? So, I will try to do that one. Okay, I have now built my application. It's okay, it's successful build. Now I have to execute this one. Run selected test. Okay? My script is now off. What is it? Application is or the device is open. Something like that. Okay, what's going on? File. Cannot open device, haha, because the device is open, right? I told you do that. Clean up. Here. Go, 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 go. Big guy. Come on. Go. Close. Go. Away. Thank you. Okay. So, what is the status? Okay. So, let me try again. Now the device is closed to see if it will take effect. It is still running. And if everything goes okay, then we will get at the end the same result with some steps. But the fancy stuff of this is that you get an HTML report from within Visual Studio, which you can click and you can just go to your browser and you see all the steps that are done. Okay? It is just executing, and in the meantime we can just go ahead. We don't have to wait for it. I will go to that afterwards. I will come back to that. You get this report. That is the report you get when the execution is done from Visual Studio, right? So, okay. Done. With this solution, we have done some advantages, which are the mobile cloud for TFS, remote access to the real devices, supports any new device, flexible, future-ready hardware. If you are doing some stuff with Perfecto Mobile, suppose you are a company and you want to execute this solution, you have just to give the devices of your choice, which devices that you want to test against, they are there ready for you. If you want to execute something else, just assign it and it will be done. That's one, flexibility. Then we have some agile support, frequent testing, continuous integration, continuous deployment, and ALM integration. That is something we did. With Visual Studio, and I can take this solution, I can check it into Visual Studio, I can make a build definition, I can execute the build of that thing, all integrated, it works. Within the local TFS, but also with Visual Studio Online. If you are making, if you are using the hosted TFS, right? Then the end-to-end ALM. The end-to-end ALM, which means we can do some manual testing, we can do some automation, some performance, and some monitoring testing. That is the end-to-end ALM. And last but not least is mobile automation. Script once, I make just my script once, and I can execute that script everywhere. Right? Simple keywords, because it is just the configurable thing, as you saw in the environment. Just, I need the button, I need the URL, I need that. Just specify the right parameters, and that's all. You don't need to know C# or Java or whatever. By the way, this solution is not only for C#, it is also available for Eclipse against Selenium drivers. It's available. Yes? And we have real objects. A button, a date, just to put main scripts all together. Right? So, let's see if my execution of the scripts is done or not done. And you see it is done. You see, description, the execution is done. I have some output here, which is that one. Okay? When I click this one, that will take me to the Internet Explorer or some browser. Allow block content. And you see, it is the report of my script that I have just executed. You see? How many times an execution sequence have taken? 4 mini steps. But the more interesting thing is I have everything with screenshots with everything here. How cool is that? Is it cool, isn't it? Yeah. Check? Okay. That's all about this solution. That's all about automation of device testing stuff. Yes?
So, can we install our application to test it in Perfecto?
Of course you can install your application to be tested on the board. Because the URL I specified.
The script.
The script, yes. No, not the script, the URL. In this case I have just tested the application of some bank website. I have just specified, for instance, I would like to test vinci.com, vinci.email. Right? In the URL, I just get vinci.email. That is the URL, that's my device, that will be loaded on my device, and that will be tested.
So we can test in a website. For example, we can test an APK file for Android in Perfecto mobile.
And
if we have an APK file,
yeah,
Android
yes, you can. Yes, because we made some solution, because it is a solution what they made now, and because that APK file is the outcome of your application that must be deployed with the solution, and it can be executed on that device. Yes, yes.
It's just a web application. So that's
No.
just in here, just a web application.
Web applications in this case, yes.
Not system applications, which an application can allow us to remote the.
Remote execution, you mean?
Yeah.
Remote execution is a bit hard now. It is still a bit hard, not working yet. Right? It is web-based stuff that can be done here. But remote execution, because you have to deal with remote, with virtualization, you don't know where some stuff is located at that moment. Right? That makes it hard for now. But it's something that we work on. Right? Okay. Sorry?
games.
Games. Game development. Yes, you can. You can for games. But not for all the games frameworks. you have a bunch of supported set of game frameworks. Not all the game frameworks, but a specific set of them. I don't have that by mind, but if you want this, I will check that for you. Okay? Other questions? You don't have? Okay. So, with that, here you have some URLs. Some URLs that you can use if you are inspired by this and you want to make use of it. Feel free to download stuff, install it on your machine with the Visual Studio, and you can just go with it. One thing, this works with from Visual Studio 2012. If you want to play with this stuff, you must have Visual Studio 2012 or 2013. One or both. I have both on my machine, but it doesn't work with Visual Studio 2010 or 2008 or 2005 or 2003. It works from 2012 because it is a project that we did in 2012 against Visual Studio 2012 at that frame, and it will be supported for all other upcoming Visual Studio editions or versions. Right? But the virtualization is something that we are working on, remote execution. Right? So, okay. With that, I hope I have inspired you with this to see what's going on the mobile device space, and hopefully you enjoy it. Tomorrow, inshallah, I will be here in the morning. I will do some stuff on Azure first. I will get that stuff working because Azure is still down now, but hopefully tomorrow it's online. Then we can continue with that. And I will check what I can do on Windows Phone development in App Store applications, in Windows Phone applications, based on App Studio, for instance. Just simple make application, deploy it on the emulator, and deploy it on your real device to see how it interacts, and to see to answer all the questions you have, and to go ahead with the labs. Okay? Just tomorrow, please bring your machine, your laptop, or whatever with you, and we can download some virtual machine, and we can just play with that. Okay? So, for now, have a good evening, and enjoy. Thank you.